Our super automatic Ghastball explosive Ghastball power generator 5000 super of doom. Welcome back to the internet. How's everybody doing? Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm having a super good day. Back again on the single player Let's Play series world. Thanks for joining me. We're back in the nether tunnels. Just wanted to show off. This is all the same old deal from last episode. Haven't done anything here. I've been working on a little proprietary side tunnel over to the left. You can see it's kind of the same deal, but it's basically just a lot smaller. Minus the brick. I haven't put any vegetation in there, but once I do, it's going to be pretty crazy. So that's going to be a cool little side deal for this thing. Something else I wanted to work on was that I wanted to install some kind of redstone device to where if we wanted to go to the nether hub, we didn't actually have to run on the rail, because this is actually going to have glass above it that our head is going to be in the block when we're going in the minecart. So we're going to need another way to get over here. So I was thinking that maybe we should put like a little, like a little turn in here that you can like activate so it stays on and stays connected this direction. So when you come down here, you end up getting ditched over to the side. And I think that we could probably just run like a redstone wire the whole length of that, because it's definitely loaded when we're back here. So what I was thinking is maybe what we could do is when we start the journey in the beginning of the rail, maybe we could put a button like back here, so you could do something where. So I put this block here. I was like, maybe we sit here and be like, okay, we're either gonna go to the witch farm, we can just get in the cart, or if we wanted to specify, we could hit the button to go to the nether fortress and then get in the cart, and then it would like have the rail switched over there for us. So that's a pretty interesting thing that might do in off camera at some point, but just a little update there about what I've been doing. We're gonna pop over here to the thing we did in the last episode, to our Ghastball generator 5000 ultra superpower, because man, I got something super exciting to show everybody. Holy crap, I'm excited for this episode. It's gonna be a big one. I know I said that last time, but it wasn't really that big. It was just kind of like catching the ghast. I thought I was gonna get more done, but obviously it was really difficult and it took me a while. And so I didn't end up getting very much done. But this episode, I'm planning on getting a lot of work done, like a lot of redstone stuff. So sit back and relax and get ready for that. So I took the portal down up there, and I put it down over here, kind of just roughly in the same area. And this is just for temporary sake, because I'm going to put it below the roof. Eventually, make a better way to get over here. Miserable outside. Jeez, just like real life again. So we got our dude in the box. I actually shrunk the box down. I pushed glass downwards, and so he's super snugged in there. He's also sitting on half slabs. Just inside this block, there's actually half slabs that he's rested on, and so he's lower down than normal, which I think is going to help out what we're doing here. The obsidian's just for the heck of it. It really doesn't need to be that. The only place it needs to be obsidian is like over here. This is like where the magic is going to happen. So we got a little blast wall here, blast chamber to protect ourselves from them. But you can see we got a ton of stuff going on here. It's really cool. We've got this little hatch that opens up so you can see the player through this hole. The water slows down his explosive Ghastball, so it doesn't go too fast and doesn't go through this hole. It actually ends up coming up short and hitting this slab, which is perfect for what we're doing, which I'll explain eventually. God dang it! God dang it! So yeah, I've just been doing a little bit of work. I've been doing a lot of testing and stuff. Like I said, I've done this before, so I kind of have an idea of how it works and what to do. And I should say too, the big disclaimer is that I'm basing a lot of this off of two different people's tutorials, and I'll reference the second person when I get to that part. But the first person is obviously just Ethos gas catching device. He had a single player episode where he did basically the same kind of deal, and so I'm kind of doing that in the spirit, but with my little bit of my own take on it. That's what we're doing, everybody. We're doing a freaking tree farm. AFK tree farm with the Ghastball power. So, let's get right into this. So, you saw a little bit about the inside chamber. So what's going to happen is he's going to see us. And I wired up this little pressure plate. So when we're standing on it, that little glass hole will form. See that? Now he sees us. So we should be good to just stand here. Should be all good to go. And you see, he won't hit us. It won't go through the hole. I've done a bunch of testing. I might throw together like a quick little speedy up thing of that actually happening, of me testing this. Because I've stood here for a really long time waiting for him to hit me, and he can't hit me, so it seems like a pretty good little setup. So, what we're going to do with this is we're going to be able to stand here and do something else. We're just going to be like bam, 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 bam. We're doing something else. We're AFKing, we're doing whatever. And that's going to be going the whole time infinitely, and it's never going to break, it's never going to stop. It's just going to be infinite explosive Ghastball power. I love saying that word. So, if we look in here, it's all good to go, everything's fine. The goal here, the goal is if we put, let's break this block again. Welcome to breaking obsidian on camera. So let's put some wood in here. So what's going to happen is we're going to feed wood into this little area. So we got 3 pieces of wood there, okay? Let's remember that. Put the block back. We got 3 pieces of wood. So what's going to happen is we're going to be piping wood in with a big crazy piston thing, and it's going to be pushing it into this hole, and he's going to be breaking it for us. So this is going to be AFK wood farm. So let's test this out. See what happens. Let's just let him shoot a couple times, just because he might not have gotten everything. Probably good. So let's look in here. Oh, you missed that one. I was almost thinking about putting a block of obsidian there, so not letting the wood like go past that point, I think is what I'm going to do. So let's try and stand like over here and get able to break that block too. Just for the heck of it. I don't know if there's like a sound that happens when he does, but here we go. And all 3 are in here, so it's 100% pickup rate, which is amazing. He doesn't destroy the blocks, which is super awesome. So yeah, that's our super automatic Ghastball explosive Ghastball power generator 5000 super of doom. All right. So stripped down with barely any redstone, so you guys can see what's going on. We've got all the pistons in place for the leaf crushing stuff. We've also got the pistons for the trunk mover, which is the double extender over here. We've got 2 different hopper chains, one of which supplies the bone meal into our dispenser. Another which, well actually 3 I guess, it's another which goes into that chest, and then this one which goes into this chest. Those are our sapling collection hoppers. And so you can see what's going on here. We got a little clock coming off of our pressure plate that's going to power our dispenser through this wood block. It's got to be wood because of the tree needs to have wood all around it to grow. So what we're going to do is we're going to step in here. You can see the clock running over there. That's powering our dispenser. And then this piston down below here, you can see, is going to be powered, which is going to power this repeater. It's going to power that chain over there. And that's how we can detect if a tree is grown. You can see this torch powers this redstone, powers the block, which is going to update that piston. So it's a pretty cool little design. And then this is going to branch off and go to all of our different pistons up here. This is what's going to have the signal to the rest of the farm. That's where it goes. And then you step back up on here. You can see nothing's happening because this is in the way. And so what that means is it's going to trigger this extender. This whole trunk is going to push this over. And now there's going to be a glass block here, so the power won't be able to be transferred. And it'll restart. See it retracted. So it's going to keep going. So that's how it works. While we're sitting here, this guy's going to be cruising away, breaking everything that comes out of it, hopefully. So yeah, now it's time for the spaghettification process. I'm going to put a whole bunch of redstone into here. I'm going to cover it all up with tons of blocks and everything, so it's the last time you'll be able to see it. See its guts. So you can see the measurements and where everything is spaced out and all that. Pretty cool. And this is that Mumbo Jumbo tree farm. Link to it in the description. Super good design. All these blocks have to be wood, and that's because the tree needs wood in order to grow. It needs wood all around it. Like, it won't grow if these are all made out of stone. That's what that's about. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I'll be back in a minute. Put down a fake tree. So a tree's gonna grow like this. It probably won't hit that top block, but it'll hit all the other ones. So, dude's firing away. Oh yeah, perfect. That's what I want to see. So, everything extended. You could see, let's do it again even. You can see that everything extends. All the pistons extend. This whole thing is pushed over, and it retracts and gets left right here. I wish it got left over here. I almost feel like there might be a way to mess with this, and whoops, I didn't want to do that. I was just gonna say that I wanted to move this over here, and I was thinking there might be a way to do that with maybe some repeaters like on these slabs, as a way to like make it, I don't know, make this tree go back, because it would definitely help the growth rates out. But anyway, that's that. That's the redstone for the pistons and for that little contraption. So essentially this tree farm is done. I think what we want to do now, before I forget, is we want to come up here and put like a little roof on this guy. I think I want to put the roof at this level. So now it's all about feeding it out this direction. So let's like mark it so we can keep on our goal. So it's gonna have to come out to here, and then when it gets to here, this is like the big thing that's gonna suck to try and figure out, because the timing has to be immaculate. But it's gonna have to, we're gonna have to take wood, like a line of wood, and convert it into a wall of wood into a line of wood. Jeez, this is gonna be really hard. Oh, I don't even know. Like, I'll try to, I don't even know. I don't even want to explain it. I'm just gonna keep building. I'll bring it back if I can somehow articulate some of this spaghetti monster stuff. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, so I can't even tell you how complicated and difficult and frustrating this was, but I figured this out. I started doing a mock-up in creative to figure this out, because it was just way too difficult to try and figure this out in survival. Anyway, we're going to simulate having a tree in here. See, got a double extender, and a single. So the tree is going to be pushed into there, and it's protected by immovable blocks on the back, so it won't be able to be pushed too far. So that's its own little thing there, and you can see that we've wired it to where whenever a tree grows, which is this piston right here, when the tree grows, it's going to send a monostable circuit. That needs to be no delay. Piston, monostable circuit. And it's going to start off the whole process. And so it's going to do one movement, and the only thing it can do is push the center block out. And so what that's going to do is it's going to push the line along, and you see it's going to curve here, come down, curve here, and then go in. And so at our first junction here, we've got our little clock mechanism that's going to keep the thing running. This is hard to explain, but essentially what's going to happen is the log is going to be pushed into onto this block right here, which is going to turn on this clock. You can see it's going to power all of this action, turn this clock on just one time, and it's going to move it out of the way because it's on this block, which is connected. It's pretty complicated, but you can see what's going on here. So whenever we push a block down, it's going to push it off. You see that? It's also going to activate that whole deal. So let's put this back so we can see it again. So it pushes it off, it activates the clock one time, a little bit of delay over to here, and then it's going to go down, activate the bottom one, do the double extension. It's going to come up, do the top double extension, and then do the middle. And so whatever can happen first, that's what it's going to do, because it's protected in all the other directions from going too far, from furnace and ground and stuff. So what it's going to do is it's going to push the blocks along by one, which is going to push one down into here, which is going to trigger this, which is going to signal is going to come over here and go into this, and then it's going to activate this again. And so it creates this clock where every time there's a block that is able to be pushed, it's going to request another block, which is super cool. So check this out. So that's the first time. And so what's happened there, we could use a block that doesn't fall, so it's a little easier to understand. Remember, they're going to be fed into here. And so as the blocks are coming down and being pushed to here, they're pushed out to the side, and the next sequence is allowed to happen. See that? So then when it has to choose a block, because the delay is slightly different, it'll choose the top one first. And the last one, you can see that it's completely transitioned a vertical line into a horizontal line. How cool is that? So that was a pretty difficult thing to figure out, but we managed to figure it out. And then over here is just a cool little clock design that I'm going to repeat up above and reorientate it a little bit so it works up there. So what's essentially happening is every time this activates, it tries to activate that. Well, she'll push it in and activate it again, so it'll keep going until it's empty. That means if we get clogged up, we can just wait and it should unclog itself automatically. Super, super cool. Let's grow some trees. I filled this up with bone meal. So you can see too, it's important to mention that nothing's happening with the bone meal right now. It's only when there's a tree there that the bone meal actually is being used. Sweet, so we got the right height of a tree. You see how this is 6, this is 5. Lots of bushes up there. Seems like it's okay. I want to put this block back. We need a wood block. Don't worry about it right now. So just keep growing these. Hold the button down. Let's get some trees over there to that sandwich machine. Okay, saplings are falling all over the place. That's one problem with this farm. Have the same problem at my base too. Okay, why is this only 4? One of these trees was too small. Okay. I don't think it'll matter. I think that it should totally work just fine no matter how many blocks are in there. Let's see this in action. We gotta stand here. Oh, we can actually put something on it. That's why it's wood. Let's watch this happen. Oh, yes. Oh, okay, so I just figured something out very important. So before we continue, I've got to take some of this wood. Oh, man. Okay, let's try this again. I think this is going to work. I just had to prime the system, you know what I mean? I just had to get this going. We might as well throw a couple in here. Speed this up. Sweet. Okay, so I think it's ready to go. Now we can grow some more trees. And what should happen, so the problem is like we have to start the chain reaction because that thing has to operate like 5 or 6 times in order to get every block of the tree. So we need to get it going. We need to prime it with all that stuff over there. Like we were talking about, to pull the signal, keep it going. So let's see. We got 2 more to grow. Almost there. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, so this is the one. Let's throw an item down. Yep. Yep. Yes. Yes! One more. Oh yeah. That's what's up. Okay, cool. So then... Oh, this is so cool. Yep. Broke a bunch of wood. Okay, I'm gonna grow one more tree. To see what happens if we do more than one at a time. Because what's going to happen is he's not going to keep up with it, and so we're going to have to rely on the overflow protection. Oh my god, this is so cool. So we've encountered our first problem, and that's because we've designed half of the farm to be overflow proof, but the first half of the farm is not designed to be overflow proof. This little contraption in here, so what we can do in the base, because we're just putting into a big cube, is we can just hold the button down. Like, I actually rubber band the button on my controller down, and it'll keep up with it. But here, what'll happen is if this is all going when we grow a tree, then it's gonna jam this tree machine over here. So what we need to do is we need to figure out some kind of redstone mechanism to where, as long as this is going, as long as this is activated, then we can't grow a tree. You know, we can't place a tree down. So, yeah, that's going to be a hard one. And I think maybe instead of not being able to place the tree down, I think we should allow it to place the tree down, but the dispenser should be like cut off somehow. So that's what we'll do. We'll have to attach the redstone somehow to make it to where when this is off, the dispenser can work, but when that's on, the dispenser won't work. I think that's how we're going to fix the problem. I was going to say, geez, that was taking a long time. But other than that, geez, this farm, this whole contraption is so freaking awesome. Props to Ethos for coming up with this part. If you watch those episodes, which I recommend you do, you can see how he built all of this stuff. I pretty much copied it and then added a few things of my own. This little cutoff switch I've kind of added myself. But all the rest of this, like that contraption and these little clocks over here, that was totally Ethos. And props to Mumbo too, Mumbo Jumbo, for coming up with the tree farm. Like I said, I tweaked a few things, but it's pretty much just those guys. Sometimes it's fun to do that, you know, like sometimes it's fun to come up with your own creation, but other times it's kind of fun to like build like some super professional, you know, redstoners thing, and then adapt it to like your particular situation. Wow, so we solved the problem in a really cool way. Show you guys this. I gotta clear this out so we can watch it happen. It doesn't overload. So check this out. We got a burnout, a pulse lengthener, like a signal burnout thing, which will activate a monostable circuit when it's done burning out, and change this RS NOR latch back to normal. So normal state, this torch is off, and this clock is allowed to run, you know, as it wishes. As soon as you grow a tree, then this signal will come down and switch the RS NOR latch like that. So now this torch is on, which means that the clock will no longer be functioning. See that? And so until this guy updates it, the clock isn't going to work. So let's reset this. I think that... Yep. Yep, I reset it. Now the clock is able to use again, so let's just do this. Let's just watch it happen. Oh, I want to put another tree down too, right as it grows. Right as it grows. You see that? So it turned off. See, this is still functioning because every once in a while it updates it, keeps it going. But when it stops updating it, it'll switch the thing over and keep bone mealing. Check that out. It's so awesome. So that means we can stand here and we can AFK and hold the button down, and it won't ever try and push a tree in there unless it's ready for it. So, doing quite a bit of work here. Well, hey buddy. So you can see I've been encasing everything in glass, making a little bit of barrier and stuff to kind of close this thing in. I put a bunch of note blocks everywhere so we can kind of hear when things are happening, because we won't be watching, you know, when we're AFK and whatnot. Made a little way up here, put some bone meal in it. I put a roof onto this area. It seems like the saplings are mostly being contained, which is super awesome because these leaves kind of like hang out here all the time, and so they kind of like hold the saplings into the farm area, which is perfect. I got the regen beacon because we kept dying from hunger when I was AFKing, so I put that in, so now we can just AFK indefinitely, and we shouldn't get hungry or die from hunger at least. Yeah, and so I've been trying to mess with this thing. I've been tweaking it a lot. One of the issues was it wasn't activating like instantly. Like a tree would grow, and then it would take a few seconds for it to turn the bone meal off, and so sometimes a tree would be able to grow in between that time, and it would jam the system. So I shortened the delay, so now it's about like 1 or 2 ticks. So I'll show you here. I'll just hold the button to place another one. So you can hear it click 3 times onto the new tree, and so there's a really small chance that it'll grow and jam the system. But it seems to be pretty good. Like I've been AFKing here for a few hours now. Just rubber banded down the button. And just let this go for like a couple hours, and I didn't run into any issues. So if a tree can grow that little amount of time, it's super rare, so I think it's fine. Maybe I'll figure out in the future a way to make it, I'm sure I could figure it out to make it like no delay at all, so it doesn't even put those 3, like, yeah, maybe 2 or 3 little clicks there that I could remove. But anyway, other than that, I mean, this is pretty much an immaculate system. Other than that wolf, yeah, I mean, I've just been trying to break it, I've been trying to jam it, I've been trying to do all kinds of things to like test it, and I haven't ran into any issues yet. Really surprising, honestly, because of how complicated this is, but yeah, I mean, I'm just super stoked. I'm super blown away that we were able, I mean, I thought it was going to take a lot longer than this. I thought it was going to be much more of a process, but I ended up figuring it out pretty quickly. Works really well. I love the note blocks everywhere. They're really hard to hear, but when you're paying attention, they're pretty cool. So we put about this much wood through it, and it seems to be really good. It's not like 100% collection rate. Sometimes the pieces burn, but it's really like, you know, 98% collecting all of the wood. Pretty cool. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Let me know what you thought about the Ghastball Generator 5000 automatic tree farm. Man, I'm so happy with this. Till next time, guys. You know who it is. Have a good day. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.